This is Neophyte 19 TV, and I am Neophyte. I wanted to cover some of the things being said on some of the various YouTube channels about this phenomenon in New Jersey, about the drones that are being sighted over residential areas. People are saying that when they video record these things or when they come close to them, they are hearing a sound that sounds like a drone. So these are various different technologies that the government is not able to readily identify or give you the origins of where they come from. People are reporting that they come from a mothership. They could be in Iran. There's also reports of them being in China and Russia. But people just don't know what they are. If they are an unidentified flying object, then the acronym that is used, UFO, unidentified flying object, could be applied to these things. But they don't want to use UFO to identify these things. They are saying that they are drones, but they have no knowledge of where these drones, I'm using air quotes now, are coming from. So they don't know what they are technically. But they've been given the name drone, but they are technically an unidentified flying object, an object that is flying through our skies and is unidentified by military, by the government, by people that are video recording them. They don't know where they're coming from. Now, people are saying that they're coming out of the ocean. There's video footage of them going into the ocean and coming out of the ocean. There's video footage of them flying over residential areas, over people's houses. Some people are even recording them, zooming into them, and saying certain things like, "Are you peaceful? Are you here to help us?" Even saying the name Jesus associated. Now, I want to say something about New Jersey. New Jersey, in urban talk, sometimes, a lot of times in certain circles of slang, people will use the term New Jerusalem to apply to New Jersey. So it is very strange, or it could be just a coincidence, but the fact that these things were first sighted in New Jersey, and if you look in the book of Revelation, New Jerusalem looks like a giant mothership. If you look at the symbology that is used in the book of Revelations, in the biblical theology of the Bible, it is like the climactic scene of the book of Revelations and the return of Christ, and an actual city comes down from God out of heaven prepared as a bride. This is called the city of New Jerusalem, or the kingdom of heaven, or God's kingdom, and it has these 12 gates on it, where these 12 tribes of Israel go into these different gates that are around this city. But this city came from the heavens, and heaven is Shemayim, or upward, up there. It is beyond what we are considering the stratosphere, or the inner or outer atmosphere of the earth. So it is from beyond earth. Wherever it is coming from, it is not the sky. The sky is not the limit. People will oftentimes say, "Oh, well, the sky is the limit," but that's a psychological and subliminal message to people to believe that everything stops at the point of the threshold of the sky. So this is the reason that these terminologies have been out. And I wanted to say that the Bible is a credible book. In my personal study and opinion, I will say spiritual opinion, that the Bible is a credible book, and it has a lot of information in it that is pertaining to what we today would consider extraterrestrial technology. That the beings that are referred to in the Bible actually have an origin in the phenomenon that we today call extraterrestrial biological entities or extraterrestrial technology. Non-earthly or non-human technology is mentioned in the Bible. When you go in the Bible and you're talking about a series of beings or a council of beings creating a civilization or a group of people, a lineage or of humanity, earthlings, in their image and likeness. God created man in his image and likeness. These are copied tablets that go back to the ancient Sumerians or the ancient Egyptians, and these are ancient history that the Bible is covering, because Moses was an Egyptian. He was an Israelite, but he was raised in the academic knowledge of ancient Egypt. Right? So you go back to Noah. Noah was also an ancient Sumerian. If you look in the ancient history, his name was Utnapishtim. But I'm kind of getting off the subject. The reason I'm saying and referring to these extraterrestrial technologies and symbolisms that are within the Bible is because the reason people don't believe in UFOs is because they have been theologically brainwashed from the pulpit from a child to believe that we as human beings are the center of everything. And there is no other life outside of us, and everything is evolving around us. So I want to say, if you even look at the theory or the technological standpoints of God's creation, you're talking about a being that did not originate from Earth. God did not come from Earth. God created the Earth. So God technically has to be extraterrestrial. So I'm saying God is extraterrestrial. Not only is God extraterrestrial, but these angels or these angelic beings that are communicating through different various messages of the Bible, communicating to human beings, are also extraterrestrial. How they traverse through the skies in the inner atmosphere of the Earth or outer atmosphere of the Earth is something extraterrestrial. It's a non-human technology. So all through the Bible, the pillar of a cloud by day, the pillar of fire by night, also Ezekiel's wheel, also the different points in the Bible where it's talking about New Jerusalem, the city that comes down out of the sky, prepared by God for the people, the human beings that are on earth that survived, that were true to the biblical theology and the keeping of the laws and the faith in Jesus Christ. All of these things are what's written in the book of Revelation. So if we're living in a day and time that these things are flying around in our atmosphere, in our skies, and we don't know what they are, how come we can't call them what they are, which is an unidentified flying object? I would say it's an IFO because I identify what it is, because I'm just telling you that it's something biblical, it's something spiritual, it's something godly, it's something pertaining to these things that are mentioned in the Bible. But because we can't identify the symbolisms that are within the Bible to be connected to this phenomenon of our modern day and time called aliens or extraterrestrial technology, and a lot of times because we want to demonize what we don't understand, what we think is an unknown, we will oftentimes put an X there. We will oftentimes try to destroy what we think that we are needing to guard ourselves or protect ourselves from, because we don't know what it is. We'll kill it. The same thing with the reason that they killed Jesus in the first place. That's another story. We'll get into that later. But I'm saying all of this to say that the mystery is God. God is a mystery. Extraterrestrials and aliens and whether or not they built it, how the pyramids were built, all these different things are mysteries. How come they all cannot be correlated together or connected? How come we can't figure out God because we can't figure out aliens, because we can't figure out who built the pyramids? Because all of that is all connected and raveled together, put together as a giant mystery. And some parts of these mysteries are starting to become more frequent and more relevant in this day and time, because we've got these drones. We don't know where they are coming from. They're even talking about a mothership. I'm using air quotes. A mothership that they could be coming from, but they don't want to actually come out and say that they could be alien technology. I'm saying that I believe that they are extraterrestrial technology. Now, could they be human technology? Of course they could. I'm not saying that I absolutely 100% know that they are not human technology. I'm just saying what I believe them to be. I believe that they are extraterrestrial technology. If I'm wrong, of course I will absolutely do a retraction. I have no ego in this thing to say that, oh, I'm right and everybody else is wrong and I cannot be corrected. So I'm just giving you my personal spiritual opinion on what I believe this phenomenon is coming from. I think that it has a biblical origin. And I think that because we are living in a day and time where these things are being more introduced to the public, it is not because it's a psychological operation, a psyops or whatever they call it. I'm not saying that it could not be, but I'm saying I don't believe that. I think that it actually is this phenomenon. This phenomenon is real. There are actually beings from other planets or other galaxies. If you don't want to believe that, you have that right. You have that opinion. That is your right. But I personally don't believe that. I think that we are being visited by beings from in and beyond space, and they are in these vehicles, or they are sending these vehicles, or they are sending these scouter satellite devices, whatever they are, recorders. I don't know what they're doing. They're monitoring Earth in some type of way. Maybe they're monitoring people. Maybe they're looking for something. I don't know. But whatever they're doing, I'm saying that I personally, here at Neophyte 19 TV, we have a lot of information that pertains to extraterrestrials and what you today would call aliens, extraterrestrial biological entities, angelic beings. And because people will oftentimes say, well, I've read the book of Enoch. And in the book of Enoch, it said that these angels were fallen angels, that the Anunnaki are fallen angels. And you're talking about the Anakites. You're not talking about the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are something different. They are the oldest termed name of what we would today call angelos in the Greek language, which is where you get the root of the word angel. The root of angelos is angel. So this is where you get angel from. This is what the an means there's more than one. G is the seventh letter of the alphabet. El is the name of God in Hebrew. These things are related to God. Angels are, and that's what an extraterrestrial being is. These beings that come from in and beyond space and time are the beings that are now trying to interfere with our possible pursuit for a third world war, and they're trying to stop us from destroying ourselves and our entire planet. So they are trying to come here and intervene. Maybe not just come here, but maybe come out of the planet, come from the inner world. I do believe that there is a hollow earth, and these beings could be coming from the inner world. They could be coming from out of our seas. There could be an extraterrestrial civilization under the water, down inside the ocean, and they could be coming up out of the ocean because it's an uncharted territory. So all of these things are possibilities. I just wanted to put all of this onto the board to allow this to be something to be talked about. And in the comments, if you want to come for me and say, hey man, you're crazy, it ain't no aliens, you're absolutely off your rocker, you're crazy, go right ahead. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me if you think that I'm crazy. I'm in great company. They thought Jesus was crazy. They thought Moses was crazy. They thought Muhammad was crazy. They think anybody that comes along with an innovative, free-thinking thought, they think that he's crazy, because he's not going by what everybody else is robotically fed and been spellbound to believe. And I'm not a sheeple that is being led to the proverbial symbolic slaughter mentally and being lulled to sleep by a hypnotic spell that's on society, as most people. So of course I don't believe what most people believe, that there are no extraterrestrials. I do believe that there are extraterrestrial beings, and I do believe what we religiously call angels and God and Jesus and all of that is a part of that phenomenon. And that's the reason why we can't figure out God, is because we can't figure out aliens, and we can't figure out who built the pyramids, and we can't figure out all these other wonders of the world that they make videos about and documentaries about and try to solve, and have been trying to solve for centuries. I believe that it's coming to a culmination now, and because we're in a day and time where all these things are coming to a climactic end, we may be on the verge of actually seeing what we are terming in religious circles the second coming of Jesus Christ. Thank you for your time and your listening ear. I am Neophyte, and this is Neophyte 19 TV.